All right, guys. So we're going to kick it up. If you're listening to this, thank you so much. We're so excited about Fractal and the response that we've gotten from the community and the 38,000 people who have signed up for the Discord already. We're super stoked about working on this project. And we're just really grateful that you guys have all like joined early. I think we'll start off with some intros. I think that would be a good thing to start with. My name's Justin. I am one of the co-founders of Fractal. And previously, I was a co-founder of Twitch. You might know me from that, or my YouTube channel where I make random videos on whatever I feel like, or Twitter. I also have a venture fund that invests in a lot of Web3 projects with Robin here on stage, and I've just been really excited about what's been happening with NFTs, and want to jump back in to the gaming industry and with Fractal. And so I'm super excited to be here. Dave, you want to go next?
Sure. Everyone, I'm David Wurtz. Let's see. Longtime Googler, co-founded Google Drive and Google Fonts. Also early at Shopify and big into e-commerce. Started getting excited about Solana very early on. I'm an LP in Multicoin, and they were in the seed round of Solana. So I've been learning about Solana since the very earliest days before it was actually real. And back in August, when the NFT scene exploded, it was so amazing because I could finally use it. And since then, it's been so incredible. And so I'm so excited to be able to jump in.
Robin?
Hey guys, this is Robin Chan. I've been involved in gaming since 2005. Built games on feature phones and then built social games in China and the US. And then Zynga bought my company, and then I became the GM of Asia before the IPO. And then since then, I've just been investing and building stuff. The first time I met Justin was he was building Justin TV before Twitch, and it was full circle to go back and build another game company together. We're working closely as business partners at Goat Capital.
All right. Mike?
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Mike. Definitely I'm the technical side of Fractal team, building out all our tech that's about to release. My history's, I've been at 20 years in e-commerce, so not directly crypto related, but 20 years I've been waiting for crypto to take off because it's amazing. So finally excited to see Solana, because Solana is the first platform I've ever seen where it makes sense to actually launch on it. So excited to see what we can do.
You're taking sides in the platform wars already, clearly.
Yeah. It's from a technical aspect, it wins.
All right. How about Brent?
So I'm Brent. I've been on Justin Khan's team, helping him build his content stuff in the past year, and joined, Fractal team to help build out this entire community. I'm really happy with how things are going, and I think this is the best community I've ever seen. And you guys kept me really energetic over the past few days, be my source of motivation. So I'll be here to basically moderate all of the questions. Just a reminder for everyone, if you have a question, send it to the text AMA chat, and make sure to upvote the good ones, and I'll pick the questions based on the number of votes. So I'll see you guys there.
Fun fact about Brent: he's been sleeping like 2 hours a night because he's been busy moderating and working on our Discord, and he's in Australia time, which is basically the worst time for syncing up with the US that exists. So everybody needs to give Brent, if you see Brent in the server, give him a thanks, the high five, or digital high five, shout out.
Brent, your profile pics looks kind of sleepy.
That's the team so far. I can give a short intro. If you've seen Felix and Jen on the server, Felix and Jen also work with me on like the various content stuff I've been doing. Felix is Australian. He's in London right now, though. Jen is in the US and runs a couple other Discord communities. Oh, are you able to talk, Jen?
Can you hear me? Everyone's
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Whew, I'm back. Thank you for the intro. I feel like you basically said everything. But for everyone in the audience, my name is Jen. You might know me from getting stuck in the elevator with Justin in our YouTube videos, because I'm Justin's, I guess, executive producer, manager, friend, like sometimes, at times, occasional contributor on YouTube and TikTok, basically trying to make Justin everyone's favorite founder. And on Fractal, basically help out with all things community, working with Brent, Felix, Xiao, basically everyone you've been seeing in all the channels, trying to get this thing going.
It's the brains behind the YouTube. If you like the YouTube channel, you have Jen to thank. She's the brains behind it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I moved somewhere quieter. Similar to Brent and Jen, I've been helping Justin build content for the last year. So I've recently started helping Justin make his TikToks. So if you follow him on TikTok, you should go follow him on TikTok. I think got some really good advice if you're building a startup or doing anything. If you're interested in wellness or building a business, everything you need to know is on this TikTok. When Brent asked me to help moderate this Discord community, I was kind of like, I'm not sure, because we had previously built a Discord community for our Quest media channel. And we learned a lot from that. So this has been like a really great experience. You guys have been awesome. And really enjoy talking to all you guys, even if it keeps me up.
All right. So let's start off with the questions. Okay, someone asked for airdrop details. That's what everybody wants to know. They're like, when am I going to get something? I showed up and I want something for it. Well, I understand that. Okay, so we have a plan for a very special airdrop for our first 30,000. We're going to airdrop you a holiday gift. It's going to come, I don't know if I can promise what time, but hopefully sometime, like around Christmas, maybe. We'll see. We're racing to do the development to get it done. If we do that 30,000, if we airdrop to 30,000, it will be the biggest airdrop on Solana, I believe, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're really excited about that. I know some people wanted us to do more than 30,000. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, because we're already up at 38,000. When we decided 30,000, I think we only had like 20 something thousand in the Discord, but I know people are they want more, right? Oh, people are saying I'm in the chat now. People are like 100K, 40K.
Yeah,
40K.
I think everybody wants more.
Everybody wants 40K because they're all within the 40 right now. 40. I'm seeing some people are like, now for first 30 is fine. Someone says 69,000. I like that. Like a lot of people in the good gold names are like first 1,000 only. All right, tell you what, it costs it's going to cost us a couple dollars per airdrop for every person we airdrop. So this is not free. But what we'll do is if we get to 100,000 in Discord by Christmas, which I guess is when we'll drop it, then we'll airdrop the first 100,000. Which will make us the biggest airdrop on Solana. Yeah. So I don't know. Can we pump it up? Can we get to? I think Brand. We have like a Discord referral mechanism, right? Like we'll have a referral leaderboard. We'll do some referral contests actually to see who's the best top referrer. But yeah, if we get to that 100,000, then we'll airdrop 100,000. The funny thing, what's funny, guys, is like we're just incorporating the company. We're self-funding this ourselves. So like that's coming directly out of my bank account to Solana and converted directly into Solana and then splashed all over the Fractal community. But we're having so much fun here. I don't think there's any argument against doing this, right, guys? Is there any voice of reason on stage right now?
As long as it's coming out of your wallet, I'm completely okay with it.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
I think I tried to be the voice of reason earlier, and I believe you said YOLO.
Yes, YOLO, right? Like you did try to be the voice of reason earlier, and Dave was trying to, for the record, Dave was trying to get all of you guys to pay for it and pay, pay for your own airdrops, and then Mike and I, you're going to be the heel in this community now, Dave. I'm sorry, Mike and I were like, no, we gotta eat it as a company. So, all right, cool. What else? No, Davis. He deserves all the credit. He was the original person who really got him and I started actually, we could talk about the origin story a little bit. This came together. We started talking about this probably a month ago. Is that right, Dave?
It might have been less.
Yeah, maybe less. But you know,
It happened so fast.
Yeah, Dave and I were exploring like what we could do in the NFT side, and I told him I was really excited about gaming NFTs, and that I thought that was the future, and he agreed. And so, you know, we just started riffing on it. I mean, I guess the story's not that interesting. We just started riffing on it. We were like, fuck it, let's do it. And then we put, you knew Mike, brought him in, and then I had Robin, and then we just started working on it and like sprinting to like build something to release ASAP.
It just seemed it seemed obvious, right? As Justin Kahn's next chapter. I knew that you were interested in the Solana ecosystem, and so was I. So we had some really good chats, and I'm so glad we jumped in here.
Let's talk about that a little bit too. Why Solana?
Yeah, I mean, so just for the record, we're actually planning on being multi-chain. There's a lot of fantastic games being developed on other chains, but I think Solana is a great place to start, and it's a really great tech stack for games, speed and costs. Games will have millions of assets, or at least hundreds of thousands of assets, and they need to be transacted really quickly in game, and you can't do that on L1 Ethereum. Now we know that there's lots of other ways to solve the scalability problem. You know, L2, for example, Polygon, Mutable X, Flow. There's other great chains, and they're doing awesome work. So as a marketplace, I think we're going to want to support all of these. And what we're going to try to do over time is reduce the importance of the chain, because, you know, gamers, they don't give a shit what chain their assets are stored in. I mean, as long as it's secure enough, right? But they, but if there's going to be multiple chains and assets are going to be dropped to multiple chains, there's actually probably a lot of opportunity from the product layer to smooth that over so that the gamer experience is great. And that's just something we'll be looking at.
Yeah, I definitely want to re-applaud what David said. Like, I've actually been quite public about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just like their confirmation times are 5 minutes. Like in gaming, are you going to wait 5 minutes for an asset? No one's ever going to do that. Obviously, Solana changes the game a bit because everything's sub-millisecond, basically. Not sub-millisecond, sub-second. So like the fact that you can buy something and you get it within 500 milliseconds, that's what gaming needs. And I definitely agree that that's what's coming and what's going to really change this industry a lot. So.
Cool. Next question. Should we go to the next question? People want to know what kind of thing we're going to do with the NFTs, right? So we have, the airdrop is not just going to be something cool. I mean, it is cool. We have like a really cool idea that I can't wait to share with you, but we're going to try to tie it to some utility on the platform. So, the NFT could be used for, we're still figuring it out, but like, could be a whitelist solution for like events, either online or in-person events. There might be some ability to get some special features or access on the platform to sales. What else have we thought about in terms of what the utility of the NFT is going to be?
Discounted trading.
Discounted trading. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. So, yeah.
So no one paper hands their NFT.
No one paper hands their NFT, please. Okay. Other questions?
Value, you find out about the value as everything else gets uncovered slowly, so you gotta hold on.
Oh, yes. There's going to be value. There'll be day one value, but then there's also going to be future value, which is the things that we haven't even dreamed up yet, which we'll attach to. Fractal hands. I like that. Someone in the chat said fractal hands. Someone says, what is Fractal actually building? Like this. What is Fractal actually building? Okay. That's a great question. They're like, I think there's probably like 30% of people who are just super hyped on Fractal and they don't even know what it is. So what Fractal is, it's going to be a marketplace for gaming NFTs. So think in-game assets like magic swords, Ferraris and racing games, whatever, stuff. Could be characters, houses, land. Basically NFTs that have some sort of utility that are interactive in a gaming universe or a gaming metaverse. And, we're really excited. The thing I'm really excited about is like, I loved watching the art NFTs explode. And, obviously that's a really cool way to support artists, but a lot of them are not it's like you buy this thing and you're like, own it, right? You own this piece of art, but it's not interactive. And I think the future of Web3 and online, the way the metaverse gets built is like interactive pieces of durable value. And I think the way that is going to come about is through gaming first, because there's kind of like a clear utility for how you would use these things in game. That goes all the way back 20 years to like when I was playing World of Warcraft, way too much. And so that's what we're excited about. We want to build the best platform for game companies to launch and be discovered, and the best platform for game players to discover new games and participate in their in-game economies and trade assets. Did I miss anything, guys?
Yeah, I'll just add one thing. So obviously all marketplaces today escrow. I'm going to probably announce that we're not going to escrow. The one big thing about gaming, and probably why other marketplaces are limited, is the fact that as soon as you try and sell it on the marketplace, you can never use that game asset in game anymore because it's in an escrow. We're actually getting rid of that so that you can still use your asset in game, even if you have it listed on our marketplace. So I think that's a big deal that everyone should definitely pay attention to.
The other thing I'll add is the in-game purchase experience. So obviously everyone thinks about a marketplace as a website you go to browse assets, but a lot of the transactions are likely to occur in-game. And so building out the technology layer for game studios to make a really smooth purchase experience for gamers is it's also on the roadmap.
Yeah, I want to really emphasize that. I think there's a lot of, in these early days, there's a lot of NFT marketplaces like OpenSea and stuff, but we're really focused on gamers and building tool sets for gamers. Maybe a very simple analogy was there was like a YouTube era, and then Twitch really focused on building functionality specific for the gamers, and that's what we intend to do here.
All right. Next question. A lot of people asking about a token. Will there be an IDO? Is there going to be a token? So we're thinking about it right now. We're brainstorming. If you have your ideas, send them in the ideas channel. We don't want to just attach a token for the sake of like saying, hey, there's a token because we want to make money or something. We only want to do it if we can figure out, what the utility and the purpose of it is on the marketplace. We actually have some ideas, but we don't have I think the most important thing for us is getting the marketplace out, getting people to use it, and launching the marketplace as soon as we can, and getting people to use it, and getting people to, making sure that people are able to discover awesome projects, and that's what we're going to start with. That's the kind of our first goal.
Lots of people also asking about the roadmap. So I wonder if there's anything about the roadmap or timing that we can share, like any cool gaming partnerships, like when is this site even gonna make it happen? Any of those questions.
Well, I guess that's a question. So we're going to launch definitely within the next, couple weeks. So people want to know when it's going to launch. When should we launch? I guess there's a question. Everyone's like, Jen is a voice of an angel. So the pack says someone said there's no way for us to financially benefit from this project for quite some time, it seems. I think if someone said 1st of January, someone says launch tomorrow, Christmas morning.
Oh, I can't do tomorrow. Tomorrow's too early. We're not ready for that.
I like the idea of launching Christmas. Should we just try to YOLO and launch Christmas?
I like my sleep. I like sleep.
Christmas. That people are okay. Who wants us to launch on Christmas or Christmas Eve?
No Christmas.
No Christmas. Christmas is too early. Christmas morning. People like Christmas. Someone says give Mike sleep. Mike is building the whole thing, so it is. Oh, dude, people are very kind to you. They're like, nah, New Year's.
Look at that. Say people love Mike. That's awesome.
Christmas, I would feel. No, we got to do it. I think we should do it on Christmas because we're going to do our airdrop, right? Don't rush the project. Give us the full 100% effort. Let Mike sleep.
I fucking love this. I love this community, by the way.
Oh my
back
God.
like all the way.
I have kids. I can't be distracted.
I love Christmas too. I'm not completely against it. I think.
All right, let's
Fucking Christmas gift.
There we go. Christmas gift. Let's do it. We'll do it. Christmas.
Christmas. I don't know what I'm agreeing to right now, but holy shit, let's do this.
Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna put something out. We'll put something out. It might be, like everything has to be iterative, right? So like we'll see what might gets done by Christmas, and then we'll put it out.
Exactly. I did this
And then we'll iterate.
or when I launch on Christmas and it fails. So this community support, remember this when it doesn't work 100%.
Hey, Mike, when did you get started? Just to get a sense of like how much is on your plate.
When did I get started? Like seriously, I probably started like a week or two ago, which is pretty crazy. But to be honest, it's like, fuck it, why not? You either go crazy or you don't. So I don't know why I'm agreeing to this, by the way, but fuck it. Why not?
It's a startup, right? In a startup, you got to move quickly. So, we're starting with the right ethos, the right DNA.
We're probably going to launch with a whole bunch of bugs, but that's okay, right?
Mike is a godly developer. His nickname in our internal chat is the chillest killer. Just so that everybody knows that,
Yeah, we're like, hey, can we do this, Mike? And he's like, I'll get it done. And then it's just like so chill, and he just murders the deadline. It's pretty incredible.
Here's a question that people have. It's are you guys hiring? So we will be hiring developers. You can apply. You could drop us a note at on the website on fractal.is and click the get in touch, and Mike's going to be really busy for the next couple of weeks, so we're probably going to get to those in January in terms of like interviews. But we're hiring, React, Rust, and Go developers right now. So please get in touch. And the other role actually that we're looking to hire is someone on the business development side, who wants to work on with gaming developers, with Robin and myself. So if you are a young, you don't have to be young, but if you're like a hustler, business development or development person for the gaming side, you can get in touch, please.
Yeah, I'll just expand on that a bit too for any technical. So like our tech stack, we literally run React on the front with Next.js. So anyone on the front end, we're always open to. Back end, we go on the API side because it's the strongest. And then because of Solana, we also sit on the Rust side. So any custom contracts we write is definitely Rust development. So if you're any three of those, definitely send us an email. I think it's jobs@fractal.is is where we're sending stuff now.
Yeah, or just fill out the form on the website. Either one works.
Justin, you got to answer when roadmap.
When roadmap? Like, does that mean when we're going to release like what our roadmap is?
Yeah, like any hints? Like, how are you thinking about gaming partnerships, for example?
Oh, we mean like which partners we have? Like, Robin, you want to take that?
Yeah, we really want to make sure that we're doing right by game developers and highlighting the highest quality stuff. So one thing that when we started just going on a listening tour and talking to different game developers, and there's some pioneers out there that are making really great stuff, but it's still super early. So I think you're going to see kind of two things. One is that we're going to highlight the best stuff, and then wait for the flood that's coming in 6 to 12 months with incredible games, and we'll tee those up as well. But you're just going to see this kind of the market really move the bar up on game development in all the way through 2022. So I think the most important thing is that we're up here. We really want to build a community of trust and quality. So we don't want to highlight any companies that are just raising tokens and not building anything. So we're going to be really careful and then go from there.
I'm going to add Robin's being really modest here. He's landed every amazing gaming company that I could ever want to work with. So thanks, Rob.
You're welcome, Chill Kill.
I think a follow-up question from the chat, someone named Chill Beans with 8 upvotes. It's quite a lot. asks, could you share how listing on Fractal is incentivized from the game studio's perspective? Like, why would they want to list on Fractal?
Yeah. So, our goal with Fractal is to make it a place where people can discover awesome games. And, there's a couple of reasons why we think we can build something that's really good for game developers. One is we want to make it, there's like kind of a marketing and PR part to support them, like in their growth and in their launch. Another is I think we can help them with a bunch of infrastructure stuff. David talked about this earlier. It's like, how can we help them support NFTs inside of their games, build their own marketplace, basically give them ownership over how like their storefront on Fractal looks like. I think there's a lot of things that we've heard from the community on like what they want. And so our goal is just like provide them that. I mean, it's kind of like what we did with Twitch in the early days with Twitch. Like 10 years ago, we went and talked to all the gaming streamers and said, hey, how can we make this better for you? Like a better experience for you. And then we just did all those things and it worked. So just kind of replicating that for the game companies here that are building crypto games.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes
Also telling the story behind the games. And, there's so many low quality projects out there and also the most amazing projects. And oftentimes gamers can't tell the difference easily. And in behind the scenes and interviewing the founders and making sure that their story is told, I think could be a really big part of the incentive to list on Fractal.
Actually, that's a great segue. David, someone asked a question, what will be in place to prevent fraudulent or fake games from listing on Fractal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to be very careful about what gets included in the collections so that we can ensure that there's no fake, counterfeit. But yeah, it's really just making sure that we have a good vetting process before we choose which projects to launch. Other marketplaces aren't focused specifically on games. Fractal intends to only list games, not PFP projects. They're pretending to be games in some future year. And getting to know the teams behind those games and making sure they're legit, I think is going to be a big part of that.
Just want to say something pretty obvious for people who are new to the crypto gaming area. The product development cycle is super different, right? So people are raising NFTs to build their games. And so it's so important for us to make sure that we're choosing the right teams that the community can trust. And so we want to do that work and introduce those companies.
Also, I think a couple of questions in the chat that emerged as well is that everyone in the chat and everyone listening right now is crypto gaming maxi, but there's a lot of skeptics out there. So I guess the question, like basically people are asking are like, how are you going to like work with maybe some more skeptical like folks in the gaming community? How do you win over people who may be not totally bullish on crypto gaming so far? So like, what makes you so bullish on crypto gaming right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, there's someone else asked, it's kind of like someone else asked about negative optics regarding NFTs and mainstream gaming, like what happened with Ubisoft's video being 95% disliked. I think, there are skeptics. That's happened like all throughout crypto's history. I was a skeptic at some point on crypto back in like 2012 or something like that. And, I think that eventually as people see these get more adopted and they see the like people having fun with it and like having, there being like durable value, they'll like more and more people adopt crypto gaming, and I think the idea, to me, it's just obvious that the idea of durable value of in-game items is going to happen because it already happened when the games were in a centralized way, right? Like in World of Warcraft or Ultima Online, those are games I played, but like you can see that with, Counter-Strike skins or Fortnite skins. People ascribe value to them because they have a utility, right? And they have a scarcity. The scarcity is dictated by the centralized authority, issuing authority. But in this case, once everything's an NFT, it's just like gives that extra, comfort around the sovereignty of your wallet and your ownership of digital items and assets. So to me, it's just a matter of time, and we just have to build and keep, supporting people who are building here. And like more and more people are going to come over to it over time. Like this is like a better model in a lot of ways. They launching your game with by selling a bunch of NFTs is a better model for you as a gaming company because it allows you to fund your development upfront. It's kind of like the super Kickstarter. And so I think this is the future of how games are going to get developed.
I'd love to add on that too. So I think people need to realize this movement's not about the gaming companies. It's actually about the players. Like I play Call of Duty. I've bought so many weapon packs I'll never use in my life. But like obviously once you decentralize it and it's no longer with the gaming company anymore, those packs I bought in Call of Duty, I placed it. But obviously once there's resale value, I don't have to like keep them. I can now resell them. So like there's this whole new market of the fact that it's actually about the player and not the game. And the people that benefit from this are actually the players. And I think once people realize that, that's when the shift of this whole ecosystem is going to change. So, yeah, I'm actually excited for this to happen from a player and from like a development point of view as well.
Yeah, you had some really cool ideas in the chat that you were talking about earlier today, Mike. Do you want to kind of throw some of those out there so people can see the possibilities of crypto gaming?
Yeah, I got to think about what I was talking about. I definitely was talking about crafting. So like people obviously NFTs is like something you buy right now and you own that and that's it. Obviously there's a whole bunch of games that are doing there's so many games about crafting right now. So like if you have two different NFTs, you can bind them together to upgrade them and all sorts sort of stuff. So like NFTs are so in their infancy. Like what we see today and like this, to be honest, NFTs are based around PFPs right now because it's the easiest way for people to understand and get on board. But like once you actually apply what's possible, like once you can you can actually like combine NFTs together, or you can pull them apart and you can combine them in different ways that no one's ever managed before, or you can take you could take assets from a whole bunch of 10 different games and combine them together. Like if I might have a gun in Call of Duty and now I can use that in another game. There's so many possibilities that open up once this ecosystem exists. And that's what I'm most excited about because it's moving into a territory that no one's actually seen before. No one actually, to be honest, you can't even predict what it's going to be because until it happens and people start building in the space. And that's what really excites me it's the unknown. I love the unknown and that's why I love this space. So.
And we have the good fortune of being able to talk to some of the teams behind the most exciting NFT first gaming solution, like games like Genopets, Soulchicks, Aurori, and what they're building is epic. And I think as soon as some of these games launch and the gamers get to see exactly what it looks like to be an NFT first game, I think the narrative will change publicly. I want to add that I think gamers have a good reason to be skeptical of the traditional gaming studios. Oftentimes they're looking for ways to extract more dollars out of their players, and sometimes in a way that detracts from the gameplay. If the game is designed with crypto and ownership, NFTs in mind from the start, I think that changes things quite a bit about the nature of the game and how it feels to the players. So maybe in the next few years, we'll see traditional gaming studios get into the fray, maybe do things that don't necessarily resonate with their players. But then at the same time, we'll have lots of crypto native games that appear and start with positive vibes all the way through.
Yeah, I think that's very likely. A lot of people are, there's a lot of new gaming studios being created by people with gaming experience, but, they're doing it in a way that's much more focused towards their community, and supporting their community.
Yeah, I love that. I think you definitely got to be community first. And I think another, set of questions that I've been seeing too is that the space is getting hot really quickly. So what does the competitive landscape for Fractal look like? Like there's some must not be named other NFT marketplaces. So how is Fractal going to differentiate?
I could take that. I mean, generally, as a rule of thumb, don't care about what the competition's doing. Just focus on the user, right? And the user are gamers that want to own their assets in game, and game developers that want a really smooth gaming experience. So for the most part, we don't pay much attention. And at the same time, you heard earlier, we have lots of ideas for how we can go much deeper and be much more specifically useful to gamers with regard to NFTs. there was another question about whether or not, is OpenSea going to take the entire market for NFT marketplaces, sort of like Amazon and e-commerce? And I don't know what the others think in the call, but my personal belief is that the answer is no, that we're going to see vertical-specific marketplaces, because and gaming is a perfect example of this, where the use cases are very different. For example, there's multiple types of gaming NFTs. There's fungible, non-fungible, which means like all of the, like, let's say that there's a sword in a game, but there's only 100 of these swords. It gives you a special power inside the game. But all those swords are actually from the same set and they're the same exact NFT. That's a user experience that don't necessarily get on marketplaces that aren't specifically focused on that use case of the sword. So that's just one example of many where there's going to be functionality that OpenSea will never want to get into, because they're looking at a huge, general market, including art. Whereas Fractal has the luxury of focus, and we think we can really do best by the gaming community.
I was going to say, can I get into the major details of what we're doing?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Mike. People want to, hiring minds want to know.
So I guess why we're different as a marketplace is that we are not limited by which contracts we sell. So like if you think of any existing marketplace today, decentralization means that their contracts sit on the blockchain. So if something's for sale on the blockchain, anyone can execute that contract. Someone just has to execute that contract. So what we're about to do is launch the biggest marketplace basically in existence, because we aren't going to limit ourselves to only selling what we have to sell, but we're actually going to sell what everyone else has to sell as well.
I mean, I think that's a
mic drop moment, by the way.
You couldn't hear the mic drop, but it did drop.
Mike with the mic drop. So I think that's going to manifest itself to end users with just lots of listings, right, Mike? I mean, there's going to be if you're a gaming project, our intent is to list you, and we'll pull in all of the liquidity from the market and list on Fractal.
Exactly. If there's an NFT for sale somewhere, we're going to list it. We're not about market fees. We're not about all that stuff. We're actually about bringing what the community wants. If the community wants to buy something, we're going to make it happen, even if that's not in our favor. I think that's what differentiates us from the rest of the market.
Mike just dropping all those knowledge bombs on everyone. But we have more questions for you, because it looks like we have someone asking more specifically what the actual product and site, like what they can actually do on it. So the question says, can people create profiles on Fractal to display their collection so that other people can see it? And then is there like a messaging system that they can use if they want to trade?
Raven.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the messaging, the lack of messaging primitive on Solana in particular, but in crypto more generally. Like, two wallet addresses should be able to talk to one another, and they can't right now easily, right? So, NFTs and the communities around them are really strong. And when you buy an NFT, sometimes it's to enter into that community. And Discord is the obvious choice right now for interacting with your community, but we'd love to take some of that onto Fractal. We don't necessarily know exactly what that means from a product perspective, but we are very interested in messaging. User profiles, they probably make some sense. We don't have any specifics there, and it's likely not going to be part of our initial launch, but it would be cool for folks to be able to show their collections. Yeah.
But I suppose to add on that, even though it's not our initial launch, we're obviously there's a whole bunch of gaming companies that want to there's a whole bunch of people building games around showing your collections, and we're definitely going to partner with those people. They're probably going to be the best to build this because they're literally dedicated to the problem. So there's companies like Portals, which is obviously building spaces where you can load any NFT and you can show it on display in your building. So we're definitely going to try and support every game that supports this sort of style of thinking, because whatever you have in your wallet, you should be able to display. You own it, so you should have a right to show it off. So
Cool. Another question that we got was someone said, I came in at 33K. Is there anything I can do to upgrade my rank of the project of the team? We're gonna figure out some ways that people can upgrade themselves in their role by through sharing Fractal. And so we'll announce that, soon. We're gonna figure that out and announce that soon because we definitely want people to be able to do that.
Yeah. Can I expand this a little bit? So like one thing we believe in as a company is that like everyone early, if you're here, you're early. We keep saying it in chat. So like we are going to add some random attributes to every NFT so that we can actually say, hey, this group of people, even if you're not early, you actually get it first access. So like we are actually going to make it fair for everyone because we're in a position to do that, and I think we should do it. So,
yep. Yeah, we definitely want people. So there's been a lot of questions on how can we invest in Fractal. I think that's one of the excitements about a token. And look, we want to create mechanisms where if you're early, if you're a supporter, if you're participating in the ecosystem, you can be rewarded economically. And I just don't want to, I want to be clear when I say like we don't have a plan for a token yet. It's that I'm not trying to create a token just so that we can pump something and we make a lot of money. But whenever we figure out, we want to make mechanisms for our community to be able to make money with Fractal if they're participating early. So, that is a priority for us, but we're going to figure that out.
Can we get someone up on stage or is that too much?
Oh, we can. Yeah, no, it's not a bad idea.
But before we go there, Justin, I just want to bring up one question from the chat. Someone was asking if Twitch is going to be involved.
Oh, is Twitch going to be involved in Fractal? Well, I don't work at Twitch anymore, and I have no idea what they think about NFTs. Actually, I do have some idea what they think, but there's nothing official yet out of Twitch. Obviously, it would be great to figure out ways that we can work with Twitch, but we don't have anything official to announce yet.
Jumping off of that, though, I think something that people have been asking me about is like, let's say you're currently in gaming now, like you're a streamer, you have an audience. How can people like that be involved in either Fractal or get into crypto gaming in general?
Yeah, if you're a streamer and have an audience, I'd love to brainstorm more with you. If you're a YouTuber, content creator, we want to create ways to engage like a broader community. And so I think the best thing for just DM me right now on Discord or Twitter or whatever. I'd love to get in touch and learn more, All right. Should we bring some people on?
Sorry, Justin, one last question because I want to ask this. Are you going to do an ASMR reading the white paper?
An ASMR reading the white paper. That's a
funny idea.
All right, let's do it.
We got to make it happen.
Let's do it. Please. Let's make it into a podcast episode as well.
Make it into a podcast.
Rusty, can you do it in a hot tub stream?
Hot tub, Justin Khan hot tub ASMR stream.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Justin, I have a hot tub at my house. I do. So you come over.
100,000 in the Discord by the end of the week. Justin Khan hot tub stream.
No, everyone does a hot tub stream.
Here, someone has an idea of buying a bit of land on Decentraland that can be used by game developers to host events for their games, like a community space on Decentraland. That's like the Fractal space. I like that. All right. Well, I think that's kind of it. That's how much time we have. Should we bring up one special snowflake to shout out everybody?
We got a day oneer and two early gangs, which is pretty cool.
All right. We'll invite that person up. Quentin, come on down.
Hey, how's it going? I'm just really bad at using Discord, so found the accept button. But thanks for inviting me up. I'm just kind of curious, are any DAO mechanics are going to be involved with the Fractal community? I feel like there's a lot of people that want to engage and vote, but there wasn't much mentioned up here, so I was kind of curious. Is it going to be voting? Is it going to be like community engagement? Is it going to be a DAO?
So I'm super stoked on DAOs, and I love the idea in general. I think what we need to know is, or understand or think about is what in practice, how would that be in Fractal? And so we're open to your ideas, and I'd love to, maybe we can create maybe we create a separate channel actually that's like kind of like DAO ideas or a crypto debate, all the decentralized ideas, like how we might incorporate a token, how we might incorporate a DAO. I'm open to it, and I want to hear your ideas. I just don't have a solid idea myself right now.
Yeah, I think that the most interesting thing is that there's a way to get really fast feedback, especially from the users themselves, and that helps a lot in product development. So, I mean, I'm also like starting my own DAO too, so I'm just kind of curious to see how other DAOs are being built. It's such an early space, so I think it's definitely something like everything should talk about, and there should be more discussion around it. So I think it's all right.
Let's do it. We'll start by creating a room for it. Quentin, what's your DAO? You want to shout out your project?
Didn't mean on shilling my project, but it's called DAO Taifeng. But it's pretty much a DAO that
I love that so much.
I'm trying to eat there right now.
Well, you might be able to soon, but it was just started from a couple of friends where we wanted to acquire some NFTs, and we recently bought our first CryptoPunk. But now we're trying to build the vision of like, how do we actually support certain creators, maybe in the API space. Really early stages, but we're running into some problems around like decision making, how fast we move, what do we do with it. So that's why I'm just kind of curious with other DAOs. So if any other DAO members or people creating other DAOs, definitely hit me up. Would love to talk.
I love that space. So I'm so down.
All right, guys, we're running up on time. We got to sign off. Thank you so much for participating in our AMA and being on the server and supporting us. Like, we've been really energized by the community feedback. Mike is, instead of building a website, he's like in the chat all the time. Dave and Robin have been super stoked. It's been really awesome that Brent and Jen and Felix and Xiao have been helping out on the building the Discord, and just really energized by everything that's been happening. So I want to say thank you. And we will see you guys next time. And we're going to have a lot of work to do to get this out by Christmas. So we're going to go to work now.